Hey there, it's Taina Pereniemi, and I'm so excited to be talking to you on this Thursday about the 5 ways business systems can save time for busy coaches and consultants. Let me share my slides here. I have something I want to be showing you. There you go. My Zoom is a little bit slow today, but I think now you should be able to see what I wanted to show you. Yeah, so maybe some of you are not yet so familiar with who I am, so a quick introduction might be in place. I'm Taina Pereniemi, and I specialize in helping coaches, consultants, and service providers streamline their workload using personalized business management systems that I built on a tool called Notion. This way, they can crush their goals without being overwhelmed, without burning themselves out. In my personal life, I'm a mother of 2 small kids and a yoga lover. Well, one question first for you to think about. Are you too busy to work on your business systems? In my work as a business systems consultant, I meet countless busy entrepreneurs who are working long hours and burning themselves out. When I talk with them about business systems and how they might be helping them, I often hear the same excuse. I'm just too busy to work on my business systems right now. With so many urgent things on the table, many business owners think now is not the time to work on my systems. Well, let me tell you, being too busy is a poor excuse really for building better systems for managing your business. It's actually quite the opposite. Being too busy all the time clearly shows that you're lacking proper systems to manage your coaching or consulting business. Let's start with the 4 reasons why being constantly busy is a sign of lacking proper systems to manage yourself and manage your business. 1, lost documents and information. When you don't have proper systems in place, you will be wasting countless hours looking for lost documents, notes, and other information. When you have this information scattered around various tools, files, and notebooks, you will never know where to look for something when you need it. Number 2, difficult to delegate. When you have not systemized the way you run your business operations, it means that delegating work effectively to others is practically impossible. You may have various time-consuming tasks you would want to delegate to a virtual assistant, for example. However, delegating these tasks effectively will not be possible if the operating procedures and resources related to completing those tasks are not documented or organized in any sensible way. Number 3, inefficient workflows. A large share of work in almost any business consists of various repeating tasks. When you have not defined systems for managing those repeating tasks, you will quickly end up reinventing the wheel every time, which again, of course, means that you will be wasting a lot of valuable time. Let's take client onboarding as an example. Very often I see entrepreneurs not having documented the steps of that process and developed a system for managing the emails, contracts, surveys, and other documents involved. The result of this is, of course, that they waste, again, countless hours trying to figure out the actions on the fly, forgetting essential tasks, rewriting the same things repeatedly, looking for lost documents, etc. You get the picture. Number 4, mental clutter. Another reason why lacking working business systems can cause you to be constantly busy is related to lack of mental space. When you don't have a system to keep track of everything you need to be remembering, all of those things will clutter up your brain. This mental clutter makes it very hard for you to focus on your essential tasks, to stay productive, and also to disconnect effectively after work. Now that we've established why lacking proper systems to manage your business will cost you a lot of time, let's look at the 5 ways systems can help busy coaches and consultants save time in running their business. Number 1, easy to delegate work to others. When you have defined your processes and systemized your work and organized all the information related to it, it is easy for you to delegate work to contractors and team members. Delegating some of these tasks to others will obviously free up time for you to spend more time in your zone of genius, and also more time for you to spend with your loved ones and in other activities that really matter to you. Number 2, an efficient team collaboration. When your team has systems to manage all the projects, tasks, and information in a centralized way, collaboration among team members becomes efficient and saves time for everyone involved. You, as the CEO, will also have a single source of truth on who's working on what and the status of those different tasks, which again reduces the time spent in status meetings and messaging back and forth unnecessarily. Number 3, less time looking for lost things. When all of your documents, notes, and other information are logically organized in one organized business system, finding what you need when you need it becomes a breeze. This way, you will no longer spend and waste time looking for lost items. Number 4, streamline processes. When you document and systemize your repeating tasks, you will save a lot of time not having to reinvent the wheel all the time. You will always know the exact steps to run your business processes and have the documents and other resources at hand, saving you hours on a daily basis. You can even automate some of those workflows to run specific steps of your processes, which helps you save even more time. Finally, mental space to perform your best. When you have a business system that you can trust, you will have peace of mind knowing that everything in your business is under control. This gives you mental space and it saves you time in 2 ways. Firstly, it will be easier for you to disconnect and recuperate, which helps you to be more productive during your work days. Secondly, it brings more clarity of thought and focus, helping you spend your time more effectively. Now that we've talked about why lacking proper systems is wasting you a lot of time and how putting those systems in place will save you a lot of time every day, every week. Let's talk a little bit about one way to set those systems up. You have probably heard about 100 of different tools for various kinds of purposes for organizing a consulting or a coaching business. Yes, there are endless amounts of wonderful tools out there, but sometimes it might be difficult to choose one. Well, I have one good suggestion here, which you might want to take a look at. This is a statistic from this year about the fastest growing apps of 2022. And on the top there, we see this N, and that's obviously Notion. So Notion has been growing really fast these past few months, especially among coaches and consultants, because what makes Notion so special is that it gives you these very flexible building blocks that you can put together in different ways to create a very personalized and customized system. And the way I love to use Notion is to create business systems for my clients so that they can manage their projects, tasks, leads, clients, notes, meeting memos, whatever in one place. In the end of this quick training today, I want to give you a few examples of what we can set up on Notion. So as mentioned, one great way to use a tool like Notion is to manage all your tasks and projects in one place. These are just some example setups on Notion, but this could look very different for your individual business because everything is fully customizable and can be personalized to your needs. Another great way to use Notion is to build weekly and daily plans where you can plan how to prioritize the actions you're going to be taking. You can also create goal setting on top of Notion. This is an example of using this method called objectives and key results for goal setting purposes. You can also use Notion to manage and organize all of your meeting memos and other kinds of notes and notebooks that you have. Here's some example from a client project I did recently. Also, Notion can be used for managing your processes and standard operating procedures. We can create personalized templates for documenting those, and then a library where everything can be organized and managed in a structured way. Notion is also great for content planning. You can create your kind of content brain in Notion where all of the images, captions, hashtags, whatever you need are organized and stored in one place. And then when you're planning your posts, you can create some sort of calendar view where you see what's going to be published on what day, and for example, collaborate with your social media assistant or virtual assistant to get those posts out at the time. Another wonderful use of Notion is to track your leads. This one is a very simple lead tracker designed for service-based businesses, but this could also be made much more complex with well, I'm not going to go into all the details there, but again, very customizable. Some other use cases for Notion include managing client information, creating wikis and team handbooks to keep all of your team aligned on some key information, tracking your financials, organizing your brand assets and media kits, building client portals for your clients, and organizing and managing the hiring process for new team members. But these are just examples. Lots of things are possible with a tool like Notion. Well, you might be wondering what is the best way to get started with Notion. So let me give you 3 main ways to go. The first one is doing it yourself. There is a ton of resources out there, especially on YouTube, which explain how Notion works and how to use all the different features it has. So if you have time to invest, you can obviously spend hours of time looking into these and learning and practicing all of Notion's functionalities so that you can build your dream business system yourself. The best thing about doing it yourself is that this doesn't cost you a dime. The downside here is that it will require a lot of time. Believe me, I've spent quite a bit of time with Notion to truly grasp how to use it to the fullest. Another great way to get started with Notion, sorry about the background noise, anyone who has kids knows that it can be noisy sometimes. But don't worry, they're not alone. They have their father. Yes. So another way to go is using ready-made templates. There are both free and paid Notion templates out there. And these are great for when you want to get started setting up something quickly and easily. The downside of using templates, however, is that they have never been truly customized for your business's needs. So you might end up not having everything work the way you would want to. And if you don't know the ins and outs of Notion, it might be difficult for you to tweak them in a way that makes them better fit your business. Another word of warning with the templates is that when you build your Notion workspace combining templates from different creators, they will not be talking with each other. So you need to be quite well versed in using Notion's relational databases to actually make sure that one part of your system speaks with another to really unleash the power that Notion has. So that might be difficult if you are using some ready-made templates. Finally, if you have some budget to invest, consulting is a great option for building a truly customized Notion business system that truly fits the needs of you as the business owner and your specific situation. And obviously, I'm one person to reach out to if you want to work with someone who is truly experienced in using Notion, especially for when it comes to coaches and consultants. Always happy to help. Here are all my main channels. So, well, the most main channel here is my Instagram. So you will find me there, taina.perenniemi. And I'm also on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and there's my website and email as well. So do reach out. I'm always happy to arrange a free strategy session with you to discuss what your dream workspace could look like and what working together to make it become reality how it might work. Send me any questions you might have. Happy to give you some answers that I didn't explain yet in this session. Have a great rest of Thursday. Bye-bye.